everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation, and another Monkie Kid podcast.
Yes, and we're about to cover season 3 of the series. We're flying through it.
Now, the season shows MK and his friends traveling across different lands to find the 3 rings of Samadhi, which will create a powerful weapon that will defeat, we hope, the Lady Bone Demon.
Yes, maybe not because it's the 4th season. But before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications on future podcasts and Lona Pause videos.
Thanks for joining us, subscribing, and sharing our videos. It helps out our channel a lot. As always, you are special.
Yes.
So this season aired originally from January 21st of 2022 through January 27th of 2023.
And we end up watching this on, believe it or not, Kabillion on our cable service provider, because after seasons 1 and 2 and their films, they were no longer available on Amazon to watch. I don't know if they just lost their license or what.
If you know, let us know in the comments.
Right. And season 4 is on an entirely different app for China. So people have to go now to different sites to go watch seasons 3 and 4 because you can't even have regular access to the show. So we had to jump through hoops to go find this one.
Kind of weird. You don't know if Amazon decided they didn't want to pay, or if the creators of Lego just didn't want to be with Prime anymore. It's really confusing.
Right.
And you wonder why.
Right.
So for those of you who aren't familiar or don't remember, the cast stars Jack Desna, Sokka,
Yes.
Sean Schimmel, Stephanie Shea, Patrick Sates, Steve Blum, Kyle McCarley, Billy Kametz, Alejandro Saab, Kimberly Brooks, Johnny M. Bosch, Emmy Lowe, and Michael Sinterklaas. I probably forgot Jim Singh, I think.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, because he showed up a little bit later. And for this one, like we said, it takes a different direction, and you can actually start seeing that with seasons 3 and what we saw in the trailers for 4. It starts going more into more of the lore of Journey to the West and the Monkey King itself, because he had season 1 and 2 where it was sort of this not like a revival, or like it's the tales of the story done in modern day and with superhero and Lego twist. And then with season 3, you had this new villain coming in. Now they gotta go find the rings. Now it's beginning to line up more with Journey to the West. And then season 4 starts seeing more characters from those stories. And season 5, you know the drill with that. It just starts going really far out there with their take on it.
And also you have May taking more front and center.
Yeah, towards the yes, and it happened towards the end of the season. You had one hint where they saw her, I don't know how many great grandfathers, and then toward the end of the season, then that special finale itself, yeah, she started to be more in the forefront, and all of a sudden had all this power.
Now for me, that's a little odd, and it's also a little, I don't want to sound like I'm being negative, I'm not. It's tropish in terms of whenever you have these type of series.
A little.
And you have one character who's front and center, and all of a sudden the secondary character, or secondary main character I should say, suddenly comes up with powers and things out of nowhere. And it didn't need it. I think for me, May personally was great as she was, and she did not need this arc.
Yeah.
She could have had an arc that focused on her as a person and how she's friends with MK and helpful to him and so forth. But to sit and suddenly give her all these powers and oh, well, she's special too, is tropey to me.
A little bit.
If you guys don't agree, let me know why in the comments, but it's a little tropey.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessary because she's fantastic a character as she was prior to this.
Yeah. And we say this because it happens very suddenly right at the end, and then you got the 4th special. And granted, it doesn't go as long as we thought it would, because
because it goes into the movie.
Right. It goes like immediately, she's already training and stuff, so they kind of skip parts of it already with Red Sun. But yeah, I think because you have the other side characters and they start sort of implying that they're sort of like, in a way, reincarnations or next generation of the characters that Monkey King knew, just set in modern day. And we get May lines up with the Great Dragon, but it just kind of like goes full force in, because you already had them focusing on trying to defeat Lady Bone Demon, and that's really over their heads, and now we got this on top of it. It feels like we're just adding fuel to the fire of how much crap's happening to them.
Yeah. But that being said, it was a great season.
Yes.
That in no way detracted from the season or made it where it wasn't enjoyable.
That's
it
true.
It was fantastic. Same animation right now.
Right.
Great action. You got to see Maka.
Yes. Yes, everyone's favorite.
Yes, Billy Cummings was absolutely fantastic in the role. And this is just a really good season. And I'm really happy that it ended up being great, as well as the movie Embrace Your Destiny in about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got an announcement not too long ago about season 5 going to another animation studio.
Yes, for a Wild Brain. And people thought, oh, well, maybe they're doing collaboration. And it's still the same one. Like, no, they announced Flying Bark has been too rushed with many other projects, so they had to let go of Monkie Kid. And then when there was a lot of outrage from the fandom, because when they saw the trailer, it looked very low quality in comparison to Flying Bark, which they gave this cinema style animation like they've done Rise of TMNT and Moon Girl, and they've always had still animation. And it hurt a lot of people because they've had some of the best animation we've had in Western cartoons in years, and now it's starting to downgrade. And the defense is, well, either it's not done, or, well, don't complain because they could have just canceled you, not get all together.
Well,
but
either way, either way, it's the same outcome. Cancel it, you don't get good animation. Continue, and if this is the final product, how it's going to be,
right,
you don't get as high quality animation. Either way,
right,
it might be the same. Hopefully, it will look different when we see it. They'll do like Sonic and some others.
Yeah.
And listen to the feedback.
Right. And for the animation for here, like you said, it's still fantastic. They updated the intro, same music and lyrics, but now the visuals have updated, and they've got some really gorgeous and colorful drawings when they show it too, when they have the little beginning before the theme starts. And that's one of the main draws of the show, is really the animation and the art and the cinematography. Basically, it's animated, but it's almost like you're watching a live action movie that's just taking all these crazy angles when it comes to the fight scenes and everything. And we have to really now appreciate this season and season 4 that we have left of Flying Bark, and really just take notice of all the details that went into making these 2 seasons.
Some really fun episodes this season. You had On the Run, Great Grand Dragon of the East, Monkie Kid, The Winning Side.
You're right.
Amnesia Rules, The First Ring, Cooking with Chang,
which was a weird episode.
Yes. Benched, The King, the Prince, and the Shadow, and the Samadhi Fire.
Yes.
Really great episodes. All of them interesting, all of them engaging, and some again were more fun than others.
Right. And they still had time for a lot of humor in there with Wukong, especially when he lost his memory, and you saw him act really differently, because it was sort of like with Optimus losing years of his memory thinking he was Orion Potts, and here he lost so much of his memory he thought he was hundreds of years back in the past where he had his friends. You don't know what happened to them because they look just like them, and he has this really upbeat personality. He's really kind, he's really friendly, and they're like, who the heck are you?
So, how did you enjoy season 3? Did you enjoy it as much as we do? Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, it's available season 3 wherever you can find it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Find it, give it a watch, come back, tell us what you think. And last but not least, this is leading into Embrace Your Destiny, the movie, which is really a 4-part series condensed into a movie.
Right. And you're going to really enjoy that one too, because it serves as a pretty mostly intense finale to the season.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't already, subscribe for updates of your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Yes, because you're a Spanish
shows. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.